athlete and the chairperson of the Athlete Input Council. This year looks a bit different than years in the past, to say the very least. We're not meeting in person for our annual awards dinner, but that doesn't mean we can't come together to reflect on the past year and celebrate all of our achievements. Yes, this year has been challenging, but with every challenge comes an opportunity for positive change. If we take one thing with us from this past year, it's that, as a community, we are resilient, we are strong, and we are together. This year in review is designed to recap on the unprecedented year that started out with a great fall and winter games, record-breaking polar plunges, and an exciting snowball at MetLife Stadium. Then, in mid-March, it all came to a screeching halt, as we had to readjust our personal, professional, and social and extracurricular activities. In true Special Olympics spirit, we rose to the challenge and made it work. So sit back, relax, enjoy these inspiring stories from our communities and those individuals who have exemplified optimism, hope, and strength through 2020.
After months of hard work, we found out that our Special Olympics season, like many of you, was going to be canceled. But we couldn't give up. We couldn't throw in the towel. We had to keep the flame alive. We did different theme nights. We played bingo. We had a pizza party. We did show and tell. We had a talent show. We had an ice cream social. We became pen pals and so much more. We're a talented group of musicians, artists, writers, creators, inventors, and so much more. We got through these unprecedented times together. And together, we are stronger than ever. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for showing up each and every day. Thank you to the parents for helping get their athletes online. Thanks to the friends of the team who help support us in so many ways. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hi, I'm Sarah Engelhardt, and I'm an athlete of the Old Bridge Robin swim team. I was inspired by my brother Tyler to join the swim team because I used to watch him at practice and at competitions. I started my second season with the Robins this year, but it was put on hold because of COVID-19. I was hoping we could start practice again, but the season was canceled. I did a cooking show on Facebook, and we made apple donuts. We used apple slices and yummy toppings. Stay safe. Bye.
One of the things our Thunderbirds team did was have a drive-by parade of athletes where we celebrated and cheered them. This brought some of them out of the house for the first time in 2 months, while keeping them safe within their vehicles and putting a smile on everyone's face. Some of us were also lucky enough to participate in virtual summer games. My son and his brother, who is his unified bocce partner, were able to train and compete at a local bocce court. We even got to see our friends more than 6 feet away on a different court. It was great to have something to do, and they had a wonderful time.
Sean Richards, athlete, friend, fundraiser for us, spokesperson for us. He's just an all-around great guy. He really has gone above and beyond during this COVID time. He checks on people, he calls, he does every virtual thing that's out there.
I enjoy Special Olympics. It's like a family to me.
He works at ShopRite and he loves his job. And I've talked to employees, his coworkers, and they tell me all the time that if it wasn't for Sean, they wouldn't know as much about Special Olympics as they know. He also fundraises every year. He does the polar bear plunge down in Wildwood, and I think up to date he's raised probably over $12,000.
COVID hit Bergen County very hard. Tammy Moses had to close her business. She teamed up with her neighbors Pat and Johanna Lalaberte, along with Heather, her daughter, put it out on social media that sewers were needed. The response was very well received, having 61 sewers on board. Kits were put together consisting of 25 sets of pre-cut material, wire, elastic, and a pattern to follow as per the hospital's request. They would pick them up, drop them back off at the store, and they would be washed, ironed, and put in a Ziploc bag to be sterile. As hospitals, nursing homes, veteran homes, first responders, and even government agencies were running out of supplies, they were generating masks, caps, shields, and gowns to have them covered in a safe way. 5,500 masks, 2,500 caps, 1,500 shields, and 500 gowns. In total, distributed to 19 hospitals, 10 nursing homes, special needs communities, and many other healthcare workers who needed supplies to go to work. What people don't know is that Tammy was also living in the store for a month and a half due to her whole family having COVID. and she had to keep healthy to keep producing products for others. We're very grateful that she did.
Hi, I'm Megan Leonard, representative of Bloomfield, Essex County. I wouldn't have been able to do it without my athletes or my other coaches. This is what makes Special Olympics great. We keep going. Anything that comes hard our way, we keep moving. I know we'll be back on the fields and courts in no time for 2021 Special Olympics.
Hi, I'm Marlon Apparano, the LTP director and one of the coaches for the Mighty Ducks in Union County, Area 5. When I'm not coaching, I am also a volunteer EMT for the Springfield First Aid Squad. We've been working throughout the pandemic with the proper PPE, doing our best to stay safe and help our community in a time of need.
Joseph DeFratis, Area 12, competes in bowling, bocce, and snowshoeing. While some are staying home by orders of the governor, Joey was an essential worker through COVID. He never missed a day of work at Target. His duties included collecting the carts, spraying and wiping down the carts so they would be clean for the next customer to take. Joey took his job very seriously, and as a result, he did such a great job that they promoted him to greeter.
LTP coordinator, area committee member, Cindy Godown. She really is making sure people are active, people are healthy, people are safe, people have what they need. If she has to go and help them get set up so they can do something virtual, she does that. I truly believe Sean and Cindy both, they talk it. They want to make sure people don't forget about us. They want to make sure that, their team is still, hanging in there and doing the things that they need to do.
So when COVID-19 took place, I was playing basketball. Basketball season shut down before the playoffs even happened. I was sad about it, but then I lost a lot of weight. I got back into exercising, and that's what keeps me happy and motivated. To my fellow athletes during this time, I know it's difficult right now, but as a person to a fellow athlete and friends, we can get through this together. We're all champions and we're all athletes, and I know we're in a rough time right now, but we can all get through this together. I believe in myself. I believe in you guys. Just wear your face mask, social distance, stay 6 feet apart, and we can do this. We're all in this together.
I got involved with Special Olympics through TCNJ Unified, and it gave me the opportunity to meet some of my best friends and make some of my favorite memories at school, between practices, team bonding experiences, and of course, my personal favorite, the Unified Cup.
While it was not possible to be coaching during the pandemic, Johanna found a way to keep the athletes together by having group hangout Zoom sessions. It started in March, having a topic to talk about, games, and having social skills exercises with the athletes who wanted to participate. While it kept some type of normalcy for the athletes, there is nothing better than having them back in person. Way to go, JoJo!
Getting the athletes back to do what they had to do out there, getting them out of the house, getting them back into a social setting, getting them back into physical activity, it was huge. I mean, we had a blast. The safety was paramount on what we were going to do. If you plan it correctly, which between the partners and Special Olympics and the coaches, we pulled it off no problem. We're really proud of the athletes that were out there. We had it set up. The athletes knew exactly what they had to do when they came. They were 6 feet apart. I stood in the middle of them, explained to everybody what we were doing that day. I think everybody did a fantastic job.
I'm Brian Fishberg. I'm one of the medical volunteers. I've been doing this for over 30 years now. The medical volunteers were a pretty tight-knit group, and it was very nice to be able to see other medical volunteers, even though we still chat with each other and we do a lot of things together, but especially during the period of COVID, we've all been working separately, taking care of patients and doing our own separate things, and it's nice to have had an opportunity to see each other in person and to do something that was of value to the athletes and the other volunteers. A lot of us in the healthcare arena have been working extra hard for all the people who've been out of work and haven't been able to do this and be able to work and support their families.
Hi, I'm Mike Ostrowski. I'm the chairman of the Special Olympics New Jersey Board of Trustees. This year of 2020 has been the most unique and challenging of my entire lifetime. In times of crisis, what becomes most important is perseverance and teamwork, with everyone coming together to rise to the occasion. Relationships become stronger than ever during these difficult times, and that has certainly been the case for SONJ in 2020. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, let me say that we are extremely fortunate to have wonderful and committed year-round partners, donors, and special event participants who believe in the Special Olympics mission and in our athletes. The outpouring of support that we have received during 2020 has been tremendous, and it continues every day. Our partner support has come at a time when most of them have been on the front lines of the crisis. Hospitals, food suppliers, utility companies, and banks are some of our partners that have been involved in this difficult year. These individuals and the companies that they work for continue to support Special Olympics New Jersey, all the while struggling to balance their personal and professional lives. It speaks volumes about the great companies and individuals that we're affiliated with. We cannot thank you enough for all that you have done and continue to do for our athletes. We're confident that this support will help us bring them back to a safe return to sports. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Paige Giasulo. I'm a Special Olympics athlete, and along with my friend and Unified partner Alyssa, we consider ourselves the dream team. Alyssa and my friends from Play Unify mean everything to me, but this year I truly realized what a dream team is all about. When the pandemic first started and we all had to stay inside in quarantine, I didn't process everything right away and I felt fine. But as the weeks went by, I became depressed and very upset. I would cry a lot and lose motivation. I started fearing the virus and would have panic attacks. But one thing that helped me through the loneliness was my friends at Play Unify at Oak Ridge High School. My high school is like any other Unified Champion school across the state that promotes a socially inclusive school climate where acceptance, respect, and human dignity for all students is the norm. I am part of the school's social fabric. I get to see my friends on Zoom get-togethers and serve on the Youth Activation Committee, which helped me stay connected and share meaningful interaction with my peers. Despite the challenges of 2020 across the state, the Unified movement is alive and well. Programs expanded to 240 schools in 120 school districts, and events like the Change the Game Conference, Youth Summits, and the Masters and Mentors program were held. And in March, the UCS State Youth Leadership Committee was launched. Being a part of a Unified Champion school has empowered me as a youth leader and has helped me find my voice. Alyssa and I are the only dream team out there though. Throughout New Jersey, over 12,000 students with different abilities participated in Unified Champion school engagement activities, including youth leadership, unified sports, unified PE, and inclusive game days. The relationships and interactions that I have with my fellow students at Play Unify has given me strength and purpose to make it through this challenging year. And because of everyone that has been on my side throughout this whole COVID-19 pandemic, quarantine, and this whole entire year, I would like to thank everyone from the bottom of my heart for sticking with me and helping me through this COVID-19 pandemic. Without you all, I wouldn't have the motivation to grow and being able to still be a part of Unify. I would just like to thank you all and stay safe.
Hello, my name is Brian Cannavina. I am an athlete from Area 3 and a member of the Athlete Input Council. As 2020 began, the excitement of the season did as well. We kicked off as usual with the Winter Games. Area bowling competitions launched. Our skiers traveled up to Mountain Creek to compete in what has become a 40-year tradition. More than 150 basketball teams were practicing and playing their way to the annual March Madness. Off the field, our athletes participated in multiple health screenings, including a brand new diabetes screening test event and dental cleanings with restorative care. In the middle of March, all activities were pushed to an at-home format. Special Olympics New Jersey quickly shifted into their first venture into the virtual programming world by offering fitness classes and yoga on Zoom. This became a ritual for many athletes and kept them engaged and connected through a very challenging spring.
As SONJ's signature event was rapidly approaching, the decision to conduct the Summer Games virtually allowed athletes, volunteers, sponsors, and families to connect and reflect on what the organization represents. Virtual Summer Games provided a platform of videos, social media engagement, and at-home sports that featured healthy athletes, young athletes, sports, volunteers, law enforcement, and sponsors. Over 1,000 members of the SONJ community enjoyed a bit of normalcy in a very abnormal time. Building off the success of the virtual Summer Games, while recognizing the importance of staying active in mind and body, a brand new program was formed in July. The launch of the Total Body Challenge, a completely virtual opportunity, helped viewers establish healthy lifestyle patterns. More than 100 participants each month commit the challenge and continue to improve their health. As the summer progressed, the possibility of getting back on the field became a reality. After much input from the SONJ community at large, it was clear we wanted to return to in-person activities. In order to identify how athletes returned, careful consideration to safety and maintaining protocols were followed. The long wait was over in August when the athletes began to train and prepare for their competition in person. Throughout the fall season, soccer, flag football, cycling, golf, equestrian athletes, as well as triathletes had the opportunity to be part of a competitive environment again. In fact, nearly 400 athletes and unified partners returned for in-person activities. The SONJ Sports Complex opened each evening with outdoor fitness, Zumba, yoga classes, and soccer practices. Looking ahead to a full schedule of training and competition, SONJ will continue to support our athletes and dedicated volunteers who together are the engine that drives our programming.
Hello, my name is Chief Robert Belfiore, Director of the Law Enforcement Torch Run for Special Olympics New Jersey. For 37 years, the law enforcement community has had the privilege of supporting Special Olympic athletes. And although this has been a challenging year for all of us, we were able to hold two major fundraisers. The Polar Bear Plunge in Wildwood, New Jersey in January, and the Polar Bear Plunge in Seaside Heights, New Jersey in February. The difficult but necessary decision to cancel competitions meant that we couldn't give high fives and see the smiling faces of our athletes when we award their medals. What we missed the most is the camaraderie between the athletes and our officers. That's why we were determined to carry on the tradition of holding our annual torch run, which was held in early October. Our 37th consecutive year showed that the law enforcement torch run is alive and well, and the flame of hope remains a beacon of strength and inclusion as the Special Olympic athletes begin their journey back to the playing fields. 37 years ago, the law enforcement community made a promise to the Special Olympic athletes that no athlete would be turned away for lack of funds. That promise is as strong today as it was 37 years ago. As 2021 approaches, we are excited to get back to what we do best. That is raising awareness and the much needed funds to ensure athletes of Special Olympics New Jersey can safely resume training and competition, and that the members of Law Enforcement Torch Run will be there supporting and cheering them on. Thank you. Go athletes. Go Torch Run.
Well, we did it by sticking together, helping each other, adapting to change, and getting a new appreciation for what it means to be a community. We have accomplished so much. The lessons we've learned from the past year will serve as a strong and positive base to move us into the future. A future where unified programming increases, schools become more inclusive, more volunteers and sponsors are moved to help and increase the numbers of eligible athletes. Know the joy of Special Olympics. Thank you for being a part of this dynamic community. I look forward to seeing you as soon as possible on the playing fields, courts, and courses when it's safe for all of us to be there. Thank you very much.
And we're strong